to Bitilo with Mfali Fadera.
Assalamu alaikum badi lamelalu ngali konton ngali bismillah na Bitilo programu rijang nal badi malum Mfali Fadera ngali konton bi tenango Oscaro tilimwani nanola mbenyin sango menkono mbadi ngolu sanji tansaba komando e kafo patio me kafo me ko United Democratic Party awuluta Gambia banko kam Oscaro kono 1996 United Democratic Party jamale melon ni UDP la kana ta yelma kita banko opposition kafu bati kabo sangola kana bula bikono nin carte feo kita wati UDP la ka party ti menka bula patio noma men gagnera nin kumu the biggest opposition party Gambia banko kam tanyi UDP la nyin sanji tansaba juralo nin kidimo kono ye bembasoto Brikama SSP nyin tili tambila nukono akata bentime alon ko patio dinjama ba katangolu mabete je anin alpha ba kotangol men alon ko wollelbe banko kam bidung lafta kadung wole kono kalo atanyin UDP la nyin sanji tansabo kono yemenke Gambia banko kam ka jibe ke kolayalla ka jibe ke akatakolla ka jibe ke katakuol la men yalon ko wolle lafa kata banko la maranya kendoro democracy anin kuba kotangolu UDP fanan ila nyin sanji tan sabo kono to nyala yirwani nyaaruta soto bari ye kolea ba jamal tagi koleal men yalon ko mo safo fanko anin koleal muluntale gambe dingol fana men taki nyin sanji tam tabata milan kono banko kam be dinkala wol be kono bidum benna programme la nyamen mbe kacha sotla kacha me alon ko ning Alhaji Mamadi Kurang ne ba sotla aketa moti me alon ko UDP fasa la bale mati patio dingole mati ata benum bengo me alon ko sotta Brikama SSP mbe jibelo kilo bengola mbe jibelo fanankela atala UDP party di yala a jarta munela anin kuko tamal men alon ko lebe dendi wala bari fanam mbe jibelo fanankela UDP party wala nyin sanji tan sabatambilan kono Gambia patio wuluta nyaadile ye mun kullel taki mu yelamol nim falin kullel sorta patio la kokono kana fokabla bi tembo mento me alon ko mbole kala we will do a special profile ka patio la simval jibe be jibe lo fanan kala Ousainou Darboe fanan kundi wala me alon ko atele be patio nyaaro ka patio tenteng tete nyin sanji tan sabatambilan no kono nyina mun na programme oti bi bari konka ke nyame ngal sela moy demanding nga kada bato jibe ke kunta kibarul la nim murtanan doron sina jibe ke sina bulo kacha kono kacha me alon ko ning Alhaji Mamadi Kurang nyanta wala sotola na kunto kibaro lu mbadi ngolu kadabake mbo folo la menna wala mu kibarti nga memuta standard newspaper bulu iko president Adama Barrow wala fe fintita ko iko wala la ko fintita ko atele be nyatun ka ke kan candidate la men alon ko wala be banko sirango nyini kan nyin December karin kono nyinan sangola wo kibaro be dendi menna wala mu nyin Gambia participate la nyin polti men keda nyin sovieti me alon ko wala ke banko kan komen ka yayi ka banku dingolu nyinin ka carte tiolu e to lamiro anin ila jiko anin nganiyobe meye nyin carte final lan kono ate nyin wo kata fenti me alon ko ndinkata kono bake bari stana newspaper la kibar kuma banyin bitana wala Gambia be dendi wala bari bitilo fana ye nyin Gambia participate la nyin sauver jibele ning lo nalu diamuta kola Omar Wali ning Omar Ba ni mel la faka keso soto e sita na YouTube channel oto jibe na jumalun tambila programo albaji la ko ndinkata kono bake nga jibe ke kibaro la me alon ka be dendi nyin Gambia participate killing wala fana na ila nyaton ko ikafme ko mari nyang atele bayro ke tumiro la men be fo kanko political party yolu ning presence and candidate yolu men felentim banko kan political party yolu ni mol men be banko nyini kan be nyin sama men kono wollel bala kafo koma anala nyin sauver mi alon ka wala keteng kabrin tumo men Gambia participate la nyin sauver la ba findira diamo siata ko follow fanan diamo siata nyamem tumirol fanan jamal nata bulawo noma dol ba kafo nyin tumila ko aning ate kundi nga fonga mari nyang ko mollem men yalon ko mollel be muna fankan yitol la keke jorawati la politique do ko kono ko kibaru le tan nyam bari ko mari nyang yo kuma khangulu bayle ayatani je ko manke kuzi men sorata ko ayatani nyamen na ko la serum fanam biri ngake ñi ñon ko makan sifal lel bota bara kala faka men sinandi wala mu ko political party kilinte je men na buduto dunde to la do ko kunna wala politician te je men na budo ko buduto dunda to la do ko kunna ko kibaru le ayatani nyamen na nimboro to mbadi ngolu iko political party kuta dole fanan wuluta Gambia e ka fay ko economic freedom fighters Gambia dol ka EFF keta political party me alon ko abe sabatiri in South Africa le ninkumu ila bulo men fele Gambia ko kaf me ko Prince Ebrima Sanyang wala yo patio nyin londi abuluta yela patio jombo bemba katon ke nyin dimas lungol la at nyin tiltam la Gambia banko kan karaba hotel ko kibaro le atandi nyamena nimboro ro mbadi ngolu nsal kalamtan di accident me alon ko wala sotta burfoot sate o kono kibaro la tan je ko mentara kanyam fo sunkuri ndim fulalu e ko wollel fata kabin tumo menna moto ye taki wato menna ebe moto ye taki demante ko kafulde ko burfoot beach silo kan ka silo men ka bo burfoot sate kono kara badala ko sota nyum sibidi wala aisatu jabi ning mariama diallo le muy toti e ko molle men yalon ko kardam fula kanunte balel muyti burfoot e ko ka timo men fon support ka fole ko Santosu Football Club ya tani je ko to be muru kan nan ne be singo kan nan ne kamuru ka bintu mo men tati la timo jibe ka play ko kibaro le tani nyamen ne ko ibol be play kan ndamente ka folte ko strasa burfoot sasa football field e ko be osilo le kam moto ye taki ay fa ko kibaro le tani nyamen na mbadi ngolu al selama demanding ni murtanan drong sina dung kacha kono ngamen kerkera le bi mbaɗigolu ngali konton kote ke na bitilo kibaro to jang konton droning kundo kibaro lu jibo kola ko nga faali e nyamen nga alhaji mamadi Kurang soto laynota be mbatukan nyaata domandi natele binabulalo kacha kono bari namano ke doron se saba komala nga UDP patio kundi ngo fango jibe bang nga jibe ro ke patio nyim fangola ela sanji tansaba tarola Gambia banko kam UDP ja dawul fay ko United Democratic Party ika wuluta August karotil muwannin sabola 1996 sangola sanji fula kabin tumo mena president Adama Barrow president Yahya Jammeh bankota nin coup d'etat la iko janin coup d'etat nyimbe bulala patiyolu men yalon ko wolel be banko kannum PPP NCP kada fo GPP wol nata ke patiti me yalon ko birin coup d'etat keda yewol be ban nin kum ye tonne ko ite ila politiko kela Gambia banko kam wo tongo kono le mu ni nyim political party sabol men yalon ko lel bandaten UDP nata wulu wollelu kono ko kibaro le tan nyaminna ina ram mo tambindi ikaf me ko la Ousainou Darboe ata kenan loya bati banko kan wo jamano la ata la loya be dikirin karo menna wala mo hadama dingol la hakko ni nyanto kori tubabol ka ko human rights ya tan je ko patio nyin nata wulu wala kono ata nyin deto ni kolaya me alon ko banko be wala kono nun wo sangola patio nyin nata wulu anate mulun nyu taya men anate mulun tanyo menna wole mu ka maral nya kendota ka fasa banko ka memu democracy di constitutional government memu comme ka maralo ke ko banko maran kitabo ya landi nyamin anim fanan ka harmadi ngol la ko ni nyanto bunya ko kibaro le tan nyamin ya tan je ko lokun dantan no patio la lokola la Ousainou Darboe nata lo patio toyala ya tambindi 1996 September karo carte fayo kono men sorota wo kera carte fay foloti coup d'état nyin kola coup d'état carte fay foloti coup d'état nyin kola ko ya tan nyamena bring aloto carte fay ko UDP ke mo kono si la tansabani lu le gagner woto wona tat na fam fo UDP nata yelema anata ke opposition party bakata woti banko kan kabula OPRC noma wo sangola ko kibaro le tan nyam but 1996 ning 2016 sango tema UDP la patio nata yelema bake kabo 1996 kana 2016 yelemata inata ke patiti me ya sulo dum kendeke akera patiti me yurwata banko beben bari wo yurwa fanan kono anin kole ya bale nata anin dimin na ba jamale nata ila pati dingo jamal beje wol mutata ika bantam bili nyato ila politiko kono ke silandi kadolu kitindi kadolu tajinte ke tilimbalia ko kibaro la tan nyamena bari fanam atanyin pati kilingo kabo 1996 sangola kana fo kabula 2026 sangola carte fay presidential carte fay teje na manan lo menna ilota 2001 2006 2011 bari wolu be e ka ke pati le di men kabula pati no ma men ganyere memo APRC di inata carte fay dol fango beje UDP fanan inata da kuntu wala man sonna kabula wol dol kono men yow sab wala mo ko man jiki ko ko be tilindi no watola andu nibulata kono to nyase wulinu wa kono June karo kono 2002 2000 sangola fitno nata wuli atenyi UDP la convoyo kan fo mo fata kono la Ousainou Darboe mutata anin patio din jamalu wo ko me alon ko be boyta patio kan jun karo kono 2000 jamalu ko wala nata patio la fen jamalu taman ser kabo lodula la 2000 samala kana fo kabula be nyin tembo men kono wo fo mo men fata wo convo boyin kan kono la Ousainou Darboe ning ala patio dingol la muto wala jama nata ke fendi malon ko wala findita alata a mulungo sifa jama nata findi nyin sanji tan sabanta milanu kono sako fang tumo men na president jambe be maralin nun bankola ko kibarolu yaitani nyamena atani UDP fanam nyin koleyalu be kola menu late kan kabo tajirinte wolu bulu anin sembetiolu patiyo fanan damma kambe mbaliya fanan nata wulu wo kambe mbaliya fanan nata kujamalu wulu ko ngaje nyamen 2016 nataje fanan kodol fanan nata kungo kono bari atani UDP la nyin sanji tan saban kono nin kubeje mo safo fanko atele nata ke kuti kubati patiyoe fanata ku wulu ku me alon ko a seke tarika di banko kam wole mu kuti men sorata epret karo kono 2016 samala patiola secretary organizing secretary men mu tala Ebrima Solo Sandeng di ay balamba tan doke num banko kam o samala o 2016 sama kono ay funding ke wodulu nyaton ka balamba tan doke ko lamen yalon ko o lelbe laring banko kan politiko la karola sakofang ni nata carte faola karola biri waketale mu atanyin tanko bunda moliye ikuntunte ya atanyin solo muta ya tajirinte ya fanata fay bulu kono waro le aytani je ko biringa fata bulu kono la Ousainou Darboe nim patio alpha ba kotongo dolu fananko ilafta solo fure wala la wara anila ma bari lafta menna wala mu solo se bondi biri wol fanan findita yelo balamba aytan doke iko solo lafita wala a furewa wala nilama ina retol fanam muta ye ares ye samba kitiola biri ye samba kitiola na rebo bundal kan ye tumi menna wol fanan ye soron fo sanji jama la Ousainou Darboe lo soron anin patio alpha kote mon lo soron wona ke kuti menna ke ku kende wulu banko e mo sabo fanko ana ke banko la kairoti wo sangola atina fam fo oppositional sota nyokam UDP la candidate tambindi memu Adama Barodi wo sangola parti kotengol bambuta koma coalition 2016 wuluta wo kono biri wo ketele mu kate fewo keta ganyo keta biri ganyo ketele mu musa fanko UDP isin kilongo fango dunda maralo kono mansa siran kan Gambia banko kam karum president mo boro bota woleto anda mamabo anum fanan UDP fanan dingolu anin alpha balu fanan nata dum mansa kunda kono ibe imarata minister palaso la dul keta ambassador ti anin fanan bunda kotongol to banko kan wo kono le mbeje wo maralo anin wo kilimba kilingo membe ni pesa ma baro la mansa kunda tema manna laban bida manna laban ne moy kuyata la Ousainou Darboe nata bo president araba baro la maralo mansa kunda kono karte fayo fana nata ke UDP ye siramba jamal gagné ko ngaji nyamenna ko ateni kuya kola kuya me alonko wole sotota num ateni president Adama Barrow ning UDP tema ya tani je ko nin kumu abena tabula match karola kono 2019 sangola biring la Ousainou Darboe ni UDP la minister men be president Adama Barrow man sakunda kono inata ye bay wo man sakunda kono biri wo bayro ning wo tala botala lemu anaraje ko 2021 sango kono carte fawo keta biring carte fawo keta wo sangola jannin carte fawo fango be bulala mo jamale jiko soto num ko UDP se gagné nole karu molu findita a nyama ila rali dito tiyo dinjamal beje be jikirin ko nyinandunde ate bayla bari naraje ko birin carte fawo keta gagné tata menna karola wonu president Adama Barrow ti anin NPP kemo kono si la tallulu anin saba ye wala gagné la Ousainou Darboe nata muang anin warawula soto wo carte fawo kono men soto 2021 ko ngaji nyamenna bari naraje fananko UDP manna song wo carte kontinyala kato jigitala ko kulel keta je men yalon ko anin silo manta ako nata laban kiti bungoto bari ngaji ko ku manna bo kono ko kibaro le tan nyamenna dibite carte fawo nata ke o sango jarola UDP nata gagné ye siren jamalu gagné atenyin député carte fayo kola fanan inata local government carte fayo fanan ye dabula kono ko keta 2023 UDP fanan nata gagné bala kato ye Banjul ta ye Kanifing municipality ta Brikama ani Mansa Konko ko kibaru le tan nyamenna bara atenyin kambengo men sorta num patio kono ani patio e sembo men yitandi ini president Adama Barrow la wali yo kola o fana man na labang nataji sanjidanta wo kola wali kotongo du fana nata soto patio kono Talib Ahmed Bensouda ning molu menu baate fasa kam nata fatasi patio nyimbala Talib Ahmed Bensouda kita muti malon ko UDP dingole mum atale munung ila meyoti kanifim municipal council kono bari ne wo fana man na laban kabin tumo menna atani Talib Ahmed Bensouda ya hamoytan dinum pour ka nyaton ka ke UDP patio la ko kibaru le atani atana bu patio kono alota faye ko kibaru le atani nyamena ninkumu mo safo fanko atani Talib Ahmed Bensouda la nyin bo patio kono anata kule wulu kume alanko abe dendi menna wala mula Ousainou Darboe kunni wadi fo mole me alanko a patio be dendinga tele labang fatele mu bendangoti même ye patio karam be nyin silo men do ko nata boda je patio se janjan no labang badol fanam be je men bo kacha e karala wolu ko e jigita ko patio la sembo la Ousainou Darboe la o manke patio la sembodi o mu patio la lanjuro lati ko jewle liaji nyamen e ko kata men tamanser wala mu ko falingo me alon ko patio nyanta sotla to mando baade nule Ousainou Darboe bo kokono wol dolte kenola bari nyin kacabe kuti me keta fenti me alon ko abe a tendenta num folla bangola tala nyin nata soto ate nyin talib nala mol tata UDP fanal lote fay tendenta ate wo tentengo kono ko ngay tan di nyame na nin ko ngaji nyame nyin santam lanu kono wodum be men fasar wala mu ko patile me alon ko fen jamale ataki ama jijanu a nodo kabirin tumo menna president bajamela maralo kono ta symbol late kan tajirinta late kan molu fate kono dolu soronte kono nataje fanan waliyo fanan sorta patio fango damma kono mo balu bota patio kono hani president membe sirin kulo kan bota patio kono nataje fanan meyo membe sirin patio kulo kan nata patio kono bari wo nyama ngaje ko de patio be loring asintan nim fulola sanji tansaba nyato nimme jibe loke kunum bengola men sotta Brikama SSP ay bajele la ko ay men tamansere wala mu ko UDP dung ibe fangole alemba kan banko mole kaytandi ko patio nying to nyalla nga kole ya soto to nyalla waliyo sotota bar wo nyanya man ben sin tandim fulo kanne ko ngaje nyamen aten UDP la nyimbe men sotta SSP Brikama patio dinjama balu findita je patio alfalu benunje banko alpha kotengolu men nim patio mantra kukilim politiko kono wol fanan jama ma beta je Essa Faal bo kono o kera moti malon ka tere nyaton ka ke APP sobe ala wol be ma beta o bengoto anun kumol fota je kuma jama balu kuma kende jamalu bari namanan Alhaji Mamadi Kurang soto dorom lo ya Ousainou Darboe diamuta o bengo me alon ko ba wala ten anyado wala ten lo ya Ousainou Darboe dunya ate o bendula to bengo me alon ko le sotta Brikama sate o kono je ñun bemu natalo lelti anim video le men yalon ko ngawol lelu muta molu bulu internet to tarinke ka bengo nyinna kuota ka akidimandi o keto bendi malon ko wala sodota ata nyin Brikama sate ko nyin do fana munatalo dolti me yitandirike bengo nyin kenyala anim bengo nyin lata nyamen ata nyin Brikama SSP Brikama sate ko je ko ngayta ni nyamen na ata nyin video dodum wodum be mayitandi kan wala mula Ousainou Darboe do wato men na be dun kan nyin Brikama SSP baye bato men felenting ato Brikama sate kono ko nga fa nyamen la Ousainou Darboe kuma diamuta bengo nyinto ala kumolu kono ay kuma foje o kera kuma te melon ko fon nte kundingola miroto ay taman serike UDP fongola sanji tan sabola le ila sanji tan sababalu wala le banko kam membe dending yurwani nyaarota alla bari fanan koleyal men yalon ko ila patiyo wala taki alinga wala moy nimbota wala ntinabula kacha kono ning Alhaji Mamadi Kurang nyanda men sotola.
My landed friend Essa Faal, thank you for coming. Essa content to celebrate with us our 30th anniversary. Yamoele at the TRRC, some of the things that happened to us. You had Ahmad Sane's evidence. You had Fatima Rajawara's evidence. You led the evidence. You had that of MC Cham and many others. As late council, you had them. It is those people today we want to celebrate. We want to remind people of their sacrifices so that the younger people who do not know what it means to be patriotic, who do not know what it means to sacrifice your country, they will know. You helped us build that history. Thank you very much also for coming here and be with us on this very significant day in the life of the United Democratic Party. Of course, Mr. Diba, Modu Satu Diba, Ntavola ko inyongte, but inyong mansia, a man of great integrity, a man of dedication, great patriot. Yemenke, to put this coalition, first Gambia coalition together, is something that is highly commendable within a very short period. Thank you for the clarity of your directions. Because in that directions, if they were ambiguous, we would not have probably have reached this stage today. Thank you, Mr. Diba, and thank you, Mr. Ba. And I'm happy Kavko B. Albijanto to celebrate with us our 30th anniversary, to celebrate with us our birthday. It's not the normal celebration of happy birthday to you, because we will be reminiscing. And probably in rendering those stories, some people will feel really bad, and some will feel really good. Ningatel konton, nse saung, mfangla kebaya, Alhaji Mamadi Kurang, former Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly. You know, anytime Alhaji Mamadi Kurang, what our Alhaji Mamadi Kurang, haklo kata situation ole kan me alon ka manke situation nyimate hakla bukata situation ole kan nala ben jamangto hakla bukata wolto nala ben kulli wolto haklo bukata wolto nala ben futu sitolto o gamolto haklo bukata wolto. Even a political gathering like this haklo bukata wolto hakla kata lakilene kan maximum security prisons, Ayake, not for himself. I didn't be a Karanta, if you ever do America. Fentala Dimba Alcono, Mayalon Kavako, Asulata Masakunda do Kuala. But I Gambia Jin. There are several Dindul in Bangkok. Mayalon Kavako, they deserve and want this sort of opportunities. Mayalon Kata Dilia Soto. I have to put a stop to this. He really took the challenge against Yahya Jammeh to ensure that anala Yahya Jammeh katika wobe ko amasa wo soto no Gambia la beto, and that Kian West is one of them. But then anata muna kai alala for Gambia ye prisons karworo karsai abe marokono alfa kumbanding me alon ka ko wato asanjita atamita sanjita woro ulala yo sendi la kilinto nabita jonkon lay bulanoma nabita ku lay bulanoma kala hada mari yatinya ala janto katinya kadundi doya kono pour munna kadu ko Gambia mengata Gambia manya nekela Gambia o nyanta bolade
mbaɗigolu ngali konton koteke komin ngafa ñamin wolemuluya Ousainou Darboe kabin tumo men naɓe diyamu kan num Brikama SSP la rali bato men sotata je patiola sanjit tan saba juromi alon ko wole sotata je ko ngafa ñamin nin kumu mo safa fanko wo video dantangali kuma kangol men moje jamal kaji ko ni ko UDP ay wole tamanser you know wo keniola bankola kwe batani kolea ye mentaki bankola kola comme la Ousainou Darboe ya jitandi nyamen na ataning honorable Sane Nyolu ye koleal mentaki wato men be sorondi nun mile to central prison. These are some of the enduring legacies of UDP for the past 30 years. So bi ngamen soto jang ko ngafo nyami wole mu Alhaji Mamadi Kuranti ate benum bengotole bengome alon ko le soto date nyim Brikama SSP Kenebato Bayeto je Alhaji nge konton nge bismillah programme ro nga katakele nun kaji ko naye kacha ning video la bari kali alo nyamin internet o mo be bambanke Gambia banko kan sakofango mbenying sama men kono teng alaji kontan dan se wota ngesoro la fake nyinin ka men ngala nako ite fon jato amam me ba ke biri kafuta UDP ma bari la fake nyinin ka men na wato men na ibenun SSP wo dulato ya harma dingo men nanka moje ye kuma kangol menu moje and based on ye men fon sede ya wo dulato wo juraloro, you know, as a UDP member now, you know, what came to your mind? What did you feel in that moment? Wato men na ibenu wo bayoto ato Brikama sade ko kono je.
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, baraka bake Bitilo nge konton. Of course, unfortunately, samani singing for nyoto yatina netoko mambede bake. But yesterday was a very memorable day, and it was very emotional because, well, for me personally, maybe this is the first time I witnessed anniversary of such a scale, and it's been very, very, very overwhelmingly emotional because I was there very early. We had to go and set up some systems, you know, for the particularly for the UDP biometric membership card that we're introducing. So I arrived in the morning, and as early as people were already busy mounting the structures, and people were even trickling in even in the early morning. It shows you the level of the maturity over 30 years and that the UDP has. You go to the other side, you know, it's possible. They were already, you know, cooking, you know, gingerbreads, you know, because you have to feed the people when they come, and some of the workers that are there, you know, overnight and also early in the morning. So, you know, everything was taking place structured, you know, from Kabisa Wanda, it was already picking momentum. And obviously by the afternoon, you know, you could see people coming in, you know, groups from different UDP areas, from Bakau to Katong, all the way. You know, I think some people come from up country too because they are part of the history and they cannot afford to miss this.
Yeah, Alaji be Danila ningse angale kala tala domani just for the sake of the listeners many alonko. Tumando baro ha, you know, you can follow ibuka angale kamo mo ibake, you know, just with not killer problem di. But it's a yefem for jang, which is very important that mol bota banko karo bela. But ita kundingo ebe nunjele kome yafu nyame kabin somanda kara for all the way for bengo janja watu. Mune beje me yete nyabo bengo nyimbela kuokono wolungola je SSP kuno.
Yeah, I mean, ni ba ko korsila, ni ba analyze la, ita dan pilung la, because ita dan la kunun la, because kunun manke kununti. Wala minti ko kunun is about sanjitan sabo men tambida. So ni ba ko process la mba digest la, konga digest wo nyama. In the sense that UDP tambida kukole jamal my party leader la motole bring 1996 a formed a watermena. Yes, you know, everybody who knows the history from Chamoy Bridge to all the way to even Denton Bridge, you know, and what happened at Denton Bridge, you know, the democracy, you know, I know some people and some relatives that were caught up in that. and many incidents o kola jama leketa so bari nina ta be analyze ku jama keta diamu jama fota wolom nyinti wati kabrim baro bota UDP dol ko UDP tetale o bota je fanang MPL kabarok bota je wato me MPL fanam jamal bota je kabrin election o keta cross kapeta mol go abanda UDP bulla sai o bota je 2021 nata tifil tafalol keta mol ko sai o ka abanda fe o bota je fanang after 2021 just recently by less than 1 year nying mam fe ko keta modol fanal bota je tatela Liosi tadela fansung kafo form mol ko budo abanta le katu wolia Kenya men akeda nyale nyama planta resignation of B resignation of sama sininding akamunda ko lafta party banale mo jama jambi ka abanta le ndol sifa we joined at that period and alone the spirit of UDP is more than that because obviously the uncles I have so many uncles they participated in the founding and I know the spirit kuno me wo me reflect aje o history bele reflect aje nyadi la mo o mo men baby je sa fono le 90% be mo man paso di la pour yana 90% be mo man koro di la be dediko sanna men ne fa le dediko sang yela cool sang inada so neo jibe at that difficult history and then o history o tariko kolema me tambitala anin wo mol mem anin kumol mem be fota kabrim baro botaje MPL botaje ni modol fanal botaje ni watina ko coalition le form o be keta nyaonya inataje mo be jurmataje mol wulita nyamen ikamira ko adena manke ine kuje ne yalan ko ine ma je salon ko wala ko sa fo mo le ma UDP faham bang fondu ya faham lebe tawala le bang ko UDP lom patrioti me yalan ko is the spirit of the Gambia and yes anyanta consider wala nya ko UDP is the spirit of the Gambia munatina because kabra be clearing in Yahya Jammeh's time UDP lom patrioti me yalan ko they stood at the forefront you know sign fanan ko membe caring ka president confront president ata me yalan ko la hidol men timmandita lahidol men tamata president in banko mol tema ngajele ko wo transition lahidol wo president man pare wala sa parti jumal be funtla ke teosity nin ko parti mo jumal be funtla mol me yalon ko moman kodidi la mome entice ngalon barola profit politico be nyamen ka ko do jurma mol bul al moto bank tielom ba moto tielom ba yay compino al ko do jurme bu yana meeting na ndol men faram funtla de ko kodole be bul iko kodole be bulu kamodol sanka kuol sanka mol fundinde but UDP nata man patronizing politics itandi UDP lawyer da man kodidi mola kunun kafona executive man kodidi mola ntenga mol jele basic right ngale nata be party people come inata ni nata amanke ko e paso damma ne joy nata de mol nata le for example they said I want ngana paso jole natam fele lafta for biometric card la for the UDP knowing that it is going to have a party marko la purga sembo di la campaign auto
okay
so yeah go move volunteer too more nata ngaje go they are buying t-shirts they are buying caps and so on so more they are spending their money more bela tapila korole tapansikan so yeah was spirit membije all overwhelming spirit me alonko it stood in my mind the whole night yesterday. I've been hakilo kono kamira la kafoko. Nyinkuo membe tamita nyinkuo membe fota. Ani nyaye menje bi. Woto Gambians ita fono la UDP Gambians ye spirit le soto. Because ni UDP ta fa ganya tan ta fola UDP ma fola Gambian le falindiro ke because coalition la musain ni ko Gambian ol paretale ka kafu UDP ma ka je ko I paretale ka barola masakunda ka bang ay dan sanji tanna akana tambi sanji tanna dunia be proud ko Gambia bi nyamin te ngo spirit la ja kunun yes,
okay.
My brother.
So, Alhaji, I'm so Tumiro Mella NPP ning party they will say the same thing that coming Gambia politico, including UDP, albele ka molu sawarin di kana ka kodol ni di, but that's besides the point. Lafake nyinin ka menna. Watu men na ibe wo bengoto anim fanang nying tara watin ni kono ye mensoto to sit down and reflect ke mira UDP la kola sanji tansaba itala miroro ning lafa kubeje UDP ye menke Gambia banko kan mune mu awara mati. What is the party's greatest contribution to Gambia from 96 to date?
Yeah, covering 96 for Bila UDP la greatest contribution wala muka dictatorship banko kan. Gambia bondi military dictatorship bokono or dictatorship in looking like military. Ka bondi je kanati democracy kono. I think wala mo the biggest wala mo cooks UDP la contribution of the mentamita bela because ni etulolo party leader la speak la yedlo la kamol membe recall all the heroes. Ajenta ko ile malako wolman nyimbo munjinati ko wol mel fata je mam fa kenseng mel batata je mam bata kenseng mel baramata je mam barama kenseng ke. Oto ni wo mol be o kol be tamida wol mol be manta kenseng ke isalon ko wallata fenne nafa banko e. Ay mune nafa banko e wala may banko bondi nato kono le nato me yalon ko rule of law senisa fo atinyata le nun kidole katama rule of the gun. Yeah, rule of the gun but dame wala na say mo le fota UDP ma because baro bi young there is no rule of gun UDP namanke UDP to don alata kola be kole alale. So mele rule of gun says also in a democracy me alon ko they contributed you know and ka timandi nyimbanko kan awonyanta koyla molbe mala ko UDP te fonyola anu imanta fatala UDP ma UDP te fonyola UDP ma mo tony UDP men tony wala mo injustice and injustice and nepotism and corruption and wala be caring wala rule of gun replace ka banko la kodo buga namu kodo ka puntum pandang dalilo te tarla je economy be funjum panchanding mantara betearing o dalila killing sifal me mol wulindi me UDP wulindi ka dictatorship kele wala be caring economic dictatorship membe caring wala UDP ka wuli ka wala kele ka je ko dictatorship manke military dictatorship damanti economic dictatorship modern town banko kan modern town le banko la nafulota ya sabe ko to be bitire akam banko dingil me yalon ko they are vulnerable sembe tela londo tela fanko tela wol tela jati kende timmandi no la tela karan timmandi no la o yatinna ko UDP hanibi wostrogulo me yenata on the rule of the gun UDP be wala kan kaje ko kilimbalia ning tajirente amembe caring economically and otherwise I want the jimbanko kam.
Okay, so alaji la fake nyinin ka men na yin tajirinte anin tilimbalial fo batanin kole amen lara UDP kan I think for Jambela Sanji Mwani fula maralo kono safu fanko ning party beje isafo men yalon ko tajirinte a sembe ma digita men ko mu UDP ledi say la fake nyinin ka men na party yo nyim balu nyaadi le you know despite molu menu fata party yo kono o kola nyama ye molu muta ye silandi kadol samba kitiola you know ka bandam bili patio fongal politico nyato ngo fananjele it took many fashion. How did the UDP survive 22 years under Jammeh? Because ya la dolu patio dolu kanne bolu manna ifam bondino dolu beje hani bi imallo no sintam fulola UDP ya mande nyaadile di la crossro futata je kanyin sanji mwani lulu tajirinte anin tilimbali ya balu me alon ko le laate kam.
Yes, Valley, you know, Tonya, there are two types of political parties. Political parties, if I fully caring. Political party me yalonko ibe lori ne ibe establishing ibu kabiri lota ani lota mune kama wala mukaje ko ka banko dingil mako ke bondi batakono. One type of political party lady. But political party don't fanal bijele meri alonko wala dalilo momenti la long term momenti hani ye munesafe but niya kisi tubabol government if you scratch on the surface ebe menjalaje wolom nyinti ko oji tenkeyarin koto duro biye oji duri membiye wolom nyinti self interest right self advancement self propagation right either for one person mo killing na mo killing na nafa waranto mo kumpula waranto grupo la nafa waranto terima la nafalu waranto melbe ku killing la nafalu waranto kabudul o party sifalu wol buka me hani California di le fan territory killing, political territory killing fa buka tambala. Ni dol tambile territory killing la gaje territory fulanjango ika collapse. Banin party form ta nyine kamako amanke mo killing pala na fatia. Banko bela nafa o pati hani mun kole ale nafa kan mol man tara o pati kono ka foko danko don na kunkili nafa ita fono la mo be bije pati kono mo be mu kilineti hani want mo be mu ngani kilineti adama di neti but pati as a whole ika fo me the sum of the averages ni ajibe ni ojibe the sum of the averages even ajala ko nyim pati that most likely on the most circumstances on the balance of probabilities nyim pati mu pati le me yalon ko ni atenkere nyaaw nya nyim pati be Gambia le wala UDP but ni ajibe pati jamal bija wol ana tare lota ni contesta fulanja bukatano 2021 political parties ba fola pati jumal lebe ba fono la ko duo da mbitale andum wokodo membe itol sambala wokodo mo amanke mo killing mo fula kabudu la kodoti bari sa foko mo wuli wala kafta nyoma ko kodo bondi ka campaign ke aninka ko ke o mu UDP lati hani NPP me alo ko molbe bol ni mama sakunda la kodo bondi NPP ni when they lose December 2026 lose NPP will die. Why? Muna na be fala because more killing na pocket or abe patronage abe depending on the president Adama Baroti. Na be party juma party ol bije me alon ka siala me alon go be itandila ka fo ko nyim party lu near one election cycle survive second election cycle bo survive la one man sia mama kandela party fele one election nege two election cycle 5 years that's 5 years. Right, 2016 to 2021 is 5 years. After 5 years, the whole political party, may along Kapoma Banco Diala or Inyajo political party fele Basol Lampi, Equator Barolea. For Amiro party is for the interest of the Gambia or for the interest of clique. So Nina Mukwoti, may alonko, in dual fanal BJ, UMC, whatever California di lebang. The same thing near Jibani Mama Kande party. One patronage or few patronages. All just survived more than 5 years. That kind of political party has never survived in Gambia more than 10 years. So, individual sponsored, family sponsored, friends sponsored, Kabudu sponsored, clique sponsored, right? Whatever type of special interest group in America, interest group parties have never survived in this country more than 10 years. Let them yeta history jibe, yetariko jibe. Ya jibe party jumale bijame alongo few friends like a sponsor clique. And for Henry Gomez de atela party abitaka ne 10 years de baring alon na mojo lebije. So so these are the things that are the reality of the fact. And then motor dispute most of these parties they will die with time.
Alhaji, ngale political la ibe Henry Tonye Kanje. But I still want us to stick to, UDP. Because Koyafa Nyaming, I think UDP has been synonymous with sacrifice but also resilience. Ninko sacrifice wala mu coming ke niola, ila nafulo la ninku kotamol. But wo fanan kono nyama patiyo mamfano koyata ni nyamena. But ila fa ke nyininka menna. Nyinsanji mwani fulan kono, especially I know the party is over 30 years, but wo sanji mwani mfulo jambe maralo menke banko kono. Bankola kolea bale lata UDP kan kolea nyin kono patio dingo dolu beje men 40 niola Ebrima Solo Sandeng bo kono the incident men sotta nun June 2000 samala UDP la militano fata wato men la convo e boyta kan ndataje fanan ko yela patio dinjama balel muta ye tajirinta ya di Bidantin Bridge incident ya fa janne ye mol muta ye tajirinta ye tilimbalia bari natalo ya sun dabanyol fanan muta ye soron. So la fake nyinin ka men ita la miroro. Kwete ya mirako Gambia as a country nyanta ka bunyani horomo men di UDP la as a party. Ke jo wo batani koleala. Do you think we have fully or adequately recognized UDP, the price that it has paid for our democracy? Ye batani koleala men taki banko la kora.
Well, I think definitely, Gambianol tafono la Gambianol man bunyadi UDP la Gambianol le bunyadi UDP la le. A deputy dealer even into the latest elections a deputy dealer more than 10 15 or so deputy and councilor dealer meant close to 50 councilors mayor dealer chairman or dealer one of the last election men happened in Bangkok. So UDP force Gambian or 10k jai kaja ko moli believe tale konia opposition or trust palaso lebo palaso tala o famu ruling party UDP party de mealonko ruling party win nyama mealonko opposition on enema ruling party win o nyama nyimbanko kan always the last time it eventually lead to a change of government when Jawara prevailed Kabrin Jawara the PPP in 1959 prevailed over the UP in the territorial votings and then subsequently Parliamento, one attack kule di me alonko power nata shift from the UP government to the PPP government. That's the only time opposition ruling government ganye wonyama come UDP NPP ganye nyameng in the 2022 and 23 pool. So ni battle history la. Go the momentum from the last election has been on the UDP side. And Mentutajere, while previously 1959 Prime Minister changed from Pierre Jai to Jawara, this time around 2026 it will be a change of president for Kabo Baroto Kata His Excellency Lawyer Ousainou Darboe on the 5th of December 2026. So yes, since I found Gambian they appreciate UDP. Yes, but that doesn't mean I am saying the media. Or some section of the media, because there could be 1, 2, 3 up to 10 media. You say, well, they are controlled by individuals. Individual mo kunkilin la bulol wole o mutako ya city komala o sikeno fananko o special interest groups le will influence. So, but yalo wala noise wo mukule time yalo ko asonkito kasiala almamman kasia. Niamo ifanai kamera ko sangni banko be nakila nyola bari amantera nyama also on the ground. Yes, I think Gambian they have a lot of respect. And since I joined UDP for the past 6 months, the momentum is picking up. Unlike in December, the moment became Banko kan kapogo UDP betara kela fulati. Sai wo buka for kote kente fama do jela internet for months. So you dangerous. It means that you don't ko ilo theory what sinking katitale. So what a tamano laba sinking katitale. So sai for theory do nati. Because after project image men paint like UDP la many of the images that the other party NPP successfully or somehow dubiously UDP penturala 2021 open troll baby all baby kukane camera ni sama la soma abeka bola open troll baby bokane to pent ka UDP ta ka mutulola ko UDP mu tribalist party ready. What this generation told to accept. We will challenge that in every level. You understand? And we will turn it back on them, in any possible way. So that is one of the image. The other one, Darboe, all has been debunked. The man, Aliamoyle, yesterday, smart brain. He displayed more maturity and understanding of history more than any of the contestants. The contestant Jumala kana state to Gambia history for all presidential candidate even Gambia history book on Marit. They cannot tell you about the history of the country. Look at the man. Abe 30 years like Kariko. Abe Janjan Kunung Hanifeng amam misalak. Wala nimbaro lota timimbaroto. Barabu ka fem for naman ka oppositional garwale. Dol biya ko coalitional bebulu. Anu badungalon na wolbe PR lela. So Ousainou Darboe kabra lota podium motos kunung. Moli la moyala. The age painting also is collapsing in the minds of the Gambians. That the age factor, in fact, what we know is with age is wisdom. How many prophets live more than 100 years, 200 years, 900 years? What is God telling us, right? So these kids cannot come here and brush our mind that they cannot clean a market. They said they can rule a country. So a lot of things, images painted about the UDP, right, are breaking down and they are false and they will be tackled and we will going to take them head on, from now on. The party has shown that UDP the maturity is there.
Okay.
The organization, the level of organization, what is happening behind the scenes.
Alhaji, lafa ke nyininka menna ye fem fo janne about coming patio la kulu Kenya be falinka nyaming ko yaita ni nyamen na iko ninku musa fanko nga jele ko patio dingolu banko karobe lebe ebe sawari kanne kalo patio la kula kutake ko yaita ni nyambari lafa ke nyininka menna nga jele UDP over the years ye carte wolu ye double presidential carte frawlu menu be kono since we are looking at 30 years, Kabrin 2001, kana for the 2006, 2011, all the way kana for in last presidential election of 2021, UDP always comes second. So itala miroro, munebeje mem mankita, men say UDP nyorino, katambila nola to become a winner in a presidential election.
Yeah, I mean, yellow is another petrol to me is a fallacy, a petrol color and a baby column can assign them because from 1996 up to 2016, you see military officers campaigning in uniforms. Military official ka uniform dun police ka uniform dun kanaka wato dobieka ballot box sika kasamba makati kerwan janjambure Brikama to say the accounting.
Are you saying ko you are disputing those the processes involved?
Yeah, I'm describing the process first. Let the listeners make their own conclusion. I think when I describe the process, a fact. So I can only say the facts. So the listeners, more member Lamoro, it also conclude what is behind those facts. They campaign with military uniform, 1. 2, ballot boxes move around by service officers that are loyal to the government. Right? 3, pooling agents of the UDP being harassed all over the country. 4, money politics, Yahya Jammeh dishing out money when even UDP to have people to support them in public is a problem. So people were hiding. So that after 920, so let them make conclusion. And even with all that, UDP was standing strong, right? And I am always proud to say that during that period, I voted for UDP. Right? So, come to 2016, Katafo Bila, 10 years, the past 10 years, 2016 up to 2020. We have a democracy. In 2021, we hold the 2016 UDP-led coalition remove Yahya Jammeh out of power. That's an achievement. That shows that UDP can work. So, after 2016, 2021, representing the PDOIS. But when I reflect back today, I ask myself, if Senegal can count 7 million votes in 3 hours or 2 hours, why did my people take 48 hours to announce the results? That you take those factors out. Up to today, IC cannot tell you. IC tafonola moeko. Pulling carry, member Jara Tankular, right? Kate keseme jolle soto daje NPP, UDP, and the other political parties. Still now, why? When that is a fact.
So Mr. Kurang, are you saying ko coming itala miroro wo carte fayolo mentamita UDP among forward? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think UDP probably did not lose the election, but they lost the process. In the sense that, I give you an example. In 2021, Talib Bensouda was organizing secretary. Atelam organizing secretary. Karafat Sonko, also of the same Monolison movement, was the campaign manager. These two were in charge. You understand? But on the day of the election and on the day after the election, it was in charge of all the polling agents. It was there in charge of all the collation centers, right? So, but the campaign manager and organizing secretary cannot, until today, they are not able to tell the party how many votes Parti Jumalas John Lesotho in the different polling stations. Talib Bensouda and Karafa Sonko, the organizing secretary and campaign manager, never presented that report to the Gambian people or to the UDP people.
But Mr. Kura, what do you think the party can do now to be able to cross the line now? What do you think should be done differently?
To be able to cross the line, we do our homework. We have to do our homework. We have to do our homework, and we have to do it both behind the scenes or in the media and off the media. In every possible platform we have to do our homework. We have to make sure Namolia vote to protect the integrity of the voters register is still an issue unresolved. Not only UDP, any opposition should be concerned, and it must be addressed before the election for the voter register integrity. Karteola register, kabrin tubabol jamano, nying karteola register nenaman tunku wanto fla. Measurement to have a fla in the age of IT and technology. Number two, UDP must make sure, opposition must make sure that all the polling agents, well before time, we get them, we train them. Number three, on the day of the polling, we must secure our votes by being present in the counting, by being present in the collation centers, and then any results that's coming from any outside the Carnifing headquarters to IEC headquarters, it must be verified by the people on the ground before it reaches Joe Cole and Sambujanjai. When we do that, we will accept the election results, and then we will win. Yes, we will win because we know the 48-hour counting is dubious. When we can count it in 2 hours and protect our integrity as opposition, that's not a small job. That needs coordination of thousands of people. If we succeed there, we will win, inshallah.
Alhaji ngalo ne kacha low meta bake, but fonse nyininka kumakilina. Essa Faal was at the event. Essa Faal ma beta jere nga jele biring afindita nang brabe dunkang baye nyinkono, UDP dingolu kontante ala kola nyamen na ya kidima ya bendu nyanyimala. Lafa ke nyininka menna Essa nila kalamuta rofuta deje anatele dorong coming ka invitation on Nyumbunya as an opposition leader, or do you think, are there substantive political discussions coming kachabe soto kanne ani UDP tema in terms of ka coalition kaje ko APP sobe ani UDP so nyokan? Can you give us insight into Essa Faal lataro bengoto udlaro?
Yeah, I mean, Essa Lada was very positive. Invite her and I invitation or honor. So what the man UDP call ya appreciately ko invite her and invitation or honor. As again on NPP invite BB atitaje. So yeah, it's an honor. Obviously, UDP is a democratic party, and Essa Faal is the head of a political party. So for finance due process ke anala molu, janna be coup decide la bita daming. Alon nako yes, molia engage in the fang and Essa Diamutale for the first time, last week. So ngalon ko different people were talking to him. And when I had small conversation with him, it was we had friendly one. It was nothing negotiating, but friendly one. But I'm sure the party at the official level, if I engage to come and Essa advantage the pride UDP can be because appreciate also because covering this monolithian negotiation or janjan. For UDP in the sense that UDP ka kumol men for nu mol ka for ko amansoto modol ba for amansoto esa wolle bambandi with evidence.
Alhaji, just to be clear, Nico monolithian, what is that?
Monolithian means one party with a group of coalition or tondi.
Coalition juma ebe juma lel killing fam wala ma wala fam defa ma wala fam understand ni ko mon li sone way
tondi fa kebo bo janyo la parti atondi la coalition atondi
ebe UMC mo lel la
UMC la parti la coalition atondi fa
ebe to yandiro la coalition 2026.
But only that was only one word invented for only one group.
No, Malo but Alhaji, I perhaps maybe you never kill an yiningar labori, but it's a love like yininga men, loyal sinu double fongola cool because ngalo ne ko coming ita fonga ne kacha jama bale so da loyal sinu double la cool dul ba fola ko you know silang wato sidal pour ay jenke karala dul ba fola ko ninkumu UDP sura da falingo menna atele be bantam building a nyaato nga dol fama jele fama men ko nyin sauver men tambita me yitandi comme Talib Ahmed Bensouda ye ikay darajo men sodo banko kan dol ko wo fama men taman ser wala muko tumando bar ni lo asenu dabo UDP bambunum Talib koma maybe ase banko ganyendu no UDP so itala miroro is what do you what is your perception or what mune jabiro to molu men kafuko ninkumu to nyala dol ka folo ko law senu dabole mu ben nangoti me UDP kafu nyoma bal dol fanan ko fala telephone mu kalewoti me UDP bal yurwala. What is your response to that?
Yalong mini taval to jala kalabang party right totally pour que la candidate choose and UDP manke party ndinti nimme malo negro lawyer Darboe mang UDP, everybody control in UDP and UDP la decision kay lawyer Darboe choose manke forceti manke fendi parti ding fa le feel and the process apply me along ko democratic process la mu ka lawyer Darboe choose and wo mola kuma kanto change no la hana tra parti dol bele kafta nyoma because I filing water filing no la UDP la principle la the UDP to flag bearer so select again until 2031. So kumembe onyama or it will not change. Therefore, there is no need to futile 300 days before the election to discuss over the devil's plan. I consider it a devil's plan. But however, I change Nico who is popular. Well, ni UMC popular or they are popular and they feel they can win. Out of 20-something political parties, none of them endorse. No official political party endorse them. All those who endorse them are not registered. They are one-man this thing. And then that's one. Two, as we are right now, look at the key people may resigned from UDP. Yeah, Menteng has no hope in this world, not even a 1% chance of returning to parliament in KMC, in Latrikunda Sabiji. All the 15 also councillors or 9, whatever councillors, they cross-carpeted from the UDP to UMC. There is none of them Mayalongo Sainteng. He's confidently coming out on broad daylight and telling his community that he intends to contest again. Not in Bakau, not in Talinding, not in Bundung, not in Joswang. None of them, not in Kololi, not in Manjai. None of them can come out. You don't even see them in the media. Follow it, go and research. They cannot because they cannot come out and face their people. Ni bota patioto. Ite bala patioto mele kate fight wal muide koto manual ni do manual ni la kwali do wal be UDP kunu wal they be all there. Ite wal ye feel serious wo kono tata UDP la patioto ya jandi ye mutana ya te tar so kono ite noise kala hanila. Most of them hanila cordal found kono they cannot organize meeting there. So it shows that Taliban all bribe they go and or whatever coex or whatever or I camouflage or whatever 419 they left. And then they are abandoned by their people. So how can you say they don't even have a momentum in no corner in KMC, I can tell you. Nante believe in Bakau Lenkata, Kolo Linkata, Bundum Kata, all over, I go everywhere, all over this country. There is nowhere these people make cross capita and they are politically elected. And I have to talk about them because when somebody is not politically elected, that's his private business. But ni along ko ite mole kate ite sindi. Ite mo clean out a way to convince because of malo imale be memfolai. Want to fake Kenya fa a bribe for moneketa fa a juke bang. Fa a blackmail bang. Ite cross capita mala molma bakalam bibit mo bukete kamoy. As far as the election is concerned, you are another Fatmata Sise, you are another Sekuba Jaj, Sekuba Latrikunda, you are out of the picture. You are not going to come back to parliament. You are not going to come back to the council. So how can you say that is the popular person for Ousainou to follow? You people already regretted while you left the party. And when you left the party, it became more powerful. We are doing things you have never done while you are in the party. You could not even do for the party while you were there with all the monies you say you spent. You could not even provide a database of the party that people can use today. Simple database. And you spend so much money, right? As organizing secretary and campaign manager, you could not provide a small database for the party. You could not provide the results of the presidential election for the party with all the talk. And then now we see when you form your own party, you are able to register people everywhere. You are able to walk around. So you have not, when you were there, you are not interested, and people know that. So you left with nothing. Now, how can you say that Ousainou Darboe should come and rally behind you? He would have rallied behind Barrow, who is a sitting president. If it is about rallying behind somebody, we're not going to rally behind anybody. The project doesn't even belong to Talib or anybody. So you follow Talib and the project don't belong to Talib. You don't even know who owns the project. So these people are lost. Nobody will follow them. And politically, one-man party, as I tell you, in this country will never survive more than 10 years. It has never survived since 1965. No one-man party has ever survived for more than 20 years. And the history will always repeat itself.
Mbaringolu walemu Alhaji Mamadi Kuranti United Democratic Party nabe men kajakan walemu UDP la sanji tansaba juro nin kidimodi men sodata membe kekan nyinte menna bemba sodata SSP kunun Brikama sate kono Alhaji abaraka bake watu menta kakafu majam.
Thank you, Abaraka.
Abaraka. Mbadingolu atol membe lamoy kan Gambian safale ko albe moy kan Vibes FM 106.1 FM atol membe njibe kan dulalto internet total ni Bitilo le mun safale ko al se subscribe na Bitilo channel lo al ka subscribe nyameng aka kibaro janjang sonen ni wala nyama anda aka kibaro fanan aka o fanan kumku seke fendi men kan tul fanan wakilindi kaje ko ngatenten kanyinyon kusifa samanale na jam alama tilo to diala alama betan kala katani katatola wassalam. Allah baraka bake. Thank you very much. Thank you.